Why should you learn Latin? My name is Jesse Everett. I'm here with the Junto podcast, and today I'm going to be discussing the benefits of learning Latin. So join me as I sit on the floor of my closet and let's talk about it. The first thing I want to talk about is just how I first got started learning Latin. I changed my major to history. I was studying surveying and mapping before, and that got me first involved with the law. I really found it interesting preparing legal documents like surveys and easements, and I just thought it was fun to work with the words. So I switched my major to a classic pre-law major, and I just had credits to fill. I knew I wanted to learn a language, but I didn't know what to learn. I was doing online this semester, and the first thing that came up was Latin. I understood that it was the root of a lot of the English language, but I really didn't understand the weight of that until recently. I feel like I'll still learn to discover it. When I signed up, pretty much everyone doubted me, including myself, honestly. I wasn't really sure what I was doing or how it would benefit me, and that was a lot of what my family and friends thought too. And honestly, I agree with them. I agreed with them then. I wasn't sure what I was doing, but looking back now, I feel like it has been the best decision I've made in my undergrad is taking this Latin class. Let me just explain why I think that. So, since I started taking Latin, my reading comprehension has just been amazing. I feel like I read books now and just words, they're more beautiful as I read them. I just see more deeply into them and understand the meaning of what I'm reading better, which has been amazing. Honestly, I've learned more from Latin about English grammar than I have my whole entire life taking English classes. I now know what a direct and indirect object are. I know when a noun's possessive. I know when I understand how conjunctions work. I know the difference between 9 different verb types right now with more to come, and they all have different tenses and different meanings, and so it's been super fun. I've also just broadened my vocabulary a lot more. I feel like I see words now that I've never seen before, that I never understood what they meant, and now I can just find the root of it, and I have just a understanding of what it means. It's amazing. And from what I understand, that deep textual analysis of what I'm developing in my reading comprehension, and also for my logical reasoning and analysis of arguments and how people say things, from what I understand, using those skills as an attorney is just invaluable. It's super powerful. I've also just always been interested in the English language and how things are communicated, and I never thought learning Latin would be a part of that process of learning the English language better, but it has been the greatest thing that's helped me so far. I'm excited for my next semesters and for all that's to come with Latin and then law. With that, I just want to end by sharing just 2 new words I learned this week that I thought were super interesting. So the first one is the English word indolent, and it means wanting to avoid exertion. It pretty much means laziness, and the Latin root is in, which means not, and dolere, which means to suffer or give pain. So basically, being indolent is that you're avoiding exertion, you're avoiding pain at all costs, which is what laziness is. And I feel like that's just given me a deeper meaning of how I want to live life. Just being able to suffer is such a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful part of life that I feel like we take for granted. I feel like so often we just want to just never suffer. We want everything to be comfortable. We need the newest things. We need everything we want right now. And I never thought about that consumption that we do as laziness, not being okay with not having the newest thing or being able to do well with what you have, or even in my schoolwork. If I'm not able to give suffering, then I'll never succeed. The second word I learned that was really interesting is baseness, which means a lack of moral principles, low character, or immorality. And the Latin root for this is basus. I don't know if I said that super well, but it literally means low. So I just think that's a beautiful word that's just related to our moral principles, that there are low principles and high principles. And of course, I want to be the opposite of baseness. I want to be highness, or yeah. But yeah, those are the two cool words I learned this week that I wanted to share. So just want to end with saying, if you're considering any type of career that uses the English language, speaking or writing, consider learning Latin. Might change your life.